bensound.com. bensound.com. bensound.com.
Good afternoon. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam's Sports Report. Today's date is Tuesday, April 16th, 2024. Today we are going to talk about one of my favorite people in the world named Trish. Trish passed away this past weekend on Sunday morning. Trish was a special person. She came along in my life when at the right time. I was just coming out of a psychotic break, and if you said to me it was one of several psychotic breaks that year, I wouldn't disagree with you. It was one of many. If a doctor told me that, I would say you're probably right. Of course, I didn't know what it was, but that's not the point of the story. Trish was just there to help me. She would want to go to lunch with me. We had fun talking about sports. Mizzou in Kansas. Of course, she was a KU fan, and Sam Vaughn Sports was a Mizzou fan. Me and Trish liked to go to lunch, and I didn't have a lot of friends at that time. I was very depressed and needed a lot of help, probably more than I was getting. But the system of mental health is you don't get help unless you're talking about killing yourself or you're in the worst shape of your life. You may get a counselor or psychologist, but that's probably not enough. For Trish, she was there, and our friendship continued to develop. And one of the most fun nights I remember, when I moved into my new apartment, she came up and I gave her a tour. We had so much fun that day. We also liked going to the mix together on Main Street in Kansas City. We also liked going to Mission Taco, which is near there. We went to the Big 12 tournament with Gina, one of her friends, and we had so much fun. For Trish to go watch the Jayhawks and see them winning the Big 12 tournament and the whole thing, even though I was a Mizzou fan, today looking back at it, I am happy they won. I am just happy to see Trish have a happy time seeing them win it one more time. I remember, though, she was walking down the stairs, and those stairs were hard to get up. It was a signal to me that she is struggling in life, but I didn't know what it was. Until one day, she said, "I have been sick for a long time." I remember seeing her at Mission Taco one more time. We tried to get together in the last year, but it never worked out. I was thinking at one time, "Oh, why you? You're one of the kindest people I've ever met." She never complained. She was a fighter. This is why I used this at the end of the podcast. She was sick, but she never stopped fighting. She reminded me of one of my NAMI guidelines, which is to never give up. And there's days I know I wanted to. I hope you and your family are handling this okay. She has a wonderful husband named Keith and great brothers and sisters, and I'm sure her kids are great too. I want to thank Trish for letting me be a part of the funeral. After a few days of my friend dying, I felt like I'm happy that she's in peace. I know she had a hard time in the last year. I know one day she was crying on the phone, and I knew that it was near the end. Trish was the best, forever be missed, because I am going to just let you listen to this speech after we listen to the music at the beginning. Trish, I always want to thank you for showing me how to fight. You always brought light into my day. This is Sam Vaughn signing off. Here's a speech, and that's what I thought of when she passed. Say Hi to Steve for me and tell him we both need to keep a watch on Sam and keep him doing well. Rest in peace, Trish. I hope to see you someday again. I know you're in heaven. Someday you'll see me again. Trish, this is not a bye forever. I know that one day I'll see you again. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam's Sports Report and Sam's Mental Health Day and Sam's podcast on Trish. Thank you and have a good afternoon. Here's the end.
It's never an easy thing, saying goodbye to a brother firefighter. It's not. And this time, particularly, is difficult for me because I watched Jack grow into into one of the finest firefighters I've ever known. He joined this department because he wanted to help people. How many lives were spared? He gave his life for that cause. We'll never forget you, Jack. And we are better for having known you. But I make you this one promise. Tomorrow, when that bell rings, we will be back on the truck because you were the bravest of the brave. People are always asking me, how is it that firefighters run into a burning building when everyone else is running out? Well, Jack, you answered that question by saving another man's life. Your courage is the answer. And today we will be as brave as you by not mourning you, but by celebrating your life. So I'd like everyone to stand up and celebrate the life of Jack Morrison.
Thank you.